All right, let's just get right into it. If you have ever, and I mean ever, felt stuck in that cycle of starting a diet, you're all in, you're so motivated, and then a few weeks later you just crash and burn, well, this one is for you. We're going to talk about how to get off that frustrating roller coaster for good by focusing on tiny, almost ridiculously easy habits that lead to huge, lasting changes. And this, right here, this is the core idea. This is the big aha moment. It's not about some massive, miserable overhaul of your entire life. Nope. The real secret sauce is found in the little, tiny decisions you make over and over again, every single day. So let's look at the two paths you can take. Over on one side, you've got that classic all-or-nothing approach, right? Super strict diets, 2-hour workouts that you dread, cutting out every single food you love. It is exhausting. But on the other side, there's the tiny habits approach. And this is all about making smart choices so easy, they just become automatic. It's a completely different game. And that all-or-nothing thinking, it leads straight to this. The dreaded dieting burnout cycle. You know how it goes? You start with this huge burst of energy, but the changes are just so extreme, they're impossible to keep up. So you fall off, you feel guilty, you give up until the next Monday rolls around. It's a tough loop to be in, but the good news is you absolutely can break it. Now this is a total paradigm shift. We're always told we just need more willpower, right? To just try harder. But what if it's not about fighting your own brain 24/7? What if it's about designing your day, your kitchen, your life so that the healthy choice is actually the easiest choice? That's when these things stop being work and start becoming second nature. So, where do we start? How do we build this new, easier routine? Well, it all starts with the foundation. Before we even get into the nitty-gritty of meal plans or anything complicated, we gotta set up the 4 pillars that basically guarantee your success. Okay, these are your big 4, your non-negotiables. First, prioritize hydration, because you'd be shocked how often we think we're hungry when we're actually just thirsty. Second, get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. This is huge for keeping your hunger hormones in check. Third, practice mindful eating, so you actually listen to your body's I'm full signals. And finally, eat more protein. And that one is so important, we need to zoom in on it. Seriously, think of protein as your best friend in this whole process. Here's why. Compared to carbs and fats, protein keeps you feeling full and satisfied for way longer. That means fewer cravings. Plus, and this is the cool part, your body actually burns more calories just digesting protein. So making sure you have a good source of protein with every meal, it's a simple change, but it is incredibly powerful. All right, our foundation is solid. Now it's time to build on it with some super simple swaps. And listen, we are not talking about taking things away or depriving yourself. We're talking about easy little trades that, when you add them all up, make a massive difference. Just look at some of these. Instead of mindlessly eating chips from the bag while you watch TV, put a serving on a plate. Be intentional. Instead of drinking all those sugary sodas, I'm talking about those sneaky liquid calories, swap them for water. Or try starting your dinner with a small salad to fill you up on the good stuff first. Each one seems tiny, right? But imagine doing them every day for a month. The effect just snowballs. It's huge. Okay, so doing these things once or twice, that's the easy part. The real trick, the whole point of this, is making them stick. It's about turning these actions you have to think about into a lifestyle that you just live. So how on earth do we do that? I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's one thing to know what to do, but it's another thing entirely to make sure you're still doing it 6 months from now. A year from now, when life gets busy. Well, we've got a 4-step framework for that. Number 1, find your why. That deep personal reason that's going to pull you through when motivation fades. 2, track your progress. And not just the number on the scale. Track your energy levels, how your clothes are fitting. 3, build a support system. Telling a friend or partner what you're doing is a game changer for accountability. And last, and this might just be the most important one of all, embrace imperfection. Please, let this one sink in. It is not about being perfect. You are going to have an off day. You are going to eat the pizza. The real difference between people who succeed and people who don't isn't whether they mess up. It's what they do after they mess up. The key is to just get right back on track with your very next choice. No guilt, no spiraling, just move on. So as we start to wrap this up, the big idea to remember is this. Start small, win big. It's about being consistent, not about being perfect. And if you're sitting there wondering, okay, but how long does this consistency actually take to start working? Well, there's a pretty motivating answer for that. 66 days. Think about that. According to the research, that is the average amount of time it takes for a new behavior to become automatic, to feel totally like second nature. That is just a little over 2 months of being consistent to build a habit that can literally last you a lifetime. That is an incredibly powerful and doable timeline, don't you think? And that brings us to our final and maybe our most important thought. I'm just going to leave you with this one question. Forget about next week. Forget about tomorrow. Based on everything we just talked about, what is the one tiny, almost laughably simple change you can make today to start building that momentum?